Welcome again to a brand new episode of Gustavo's Football Headquarters. Yes, as we all know, the semi-finals of the Club World Cup has just ended, which was massive. I think intriguing results. Some people were surprised, others weren't. But then let's just delve into the games that happened within that game week. Yes, so in the first game, I think we should start with Chelsea, which was the first game of the semi-final contest. Yes, Chelsea beat Fluminense by 2 goals to 0, which wasn't a surprise to anyone at all because from the start of this campaign, Chelsea have been very good, especially meeting these Brazilian teams. They've been so good. People thought the curse of these Brazilian teams will still be hunting Chelsea, but then I think Enzo Maresca has found an antidote to this Brazilian curse. Yes, so Chelsea beat Fluminense by 2 goals to 0, courtesy goals by Joao Pedro. Two excellent goals. Proper striker. Yes, that's what we mean by a proper striker. I mean, we all saw the 2 goals he scored. Very soft, solid goals. Yes. So let's move to the next one, which was Real Madrid playing against PSG, which was a surprising one. Charlie, people thought this game, because I think in my last video I said this game had to be the final of the tournament, but then PSG made it look so easy. They made it look so easy, right? But then we'll delve into how the game went, and then we see the way forward. Yeah. So let's start with the Chelsea game. I think in this game, Fluminense were in very good form. No one expected them to get here, but then at least they did well. They got to the semi-finals, and they didn't lose miserably. They did very well. They played good football. They created chances. They had shots, notably a goal line clearance from Kurela. That shows you how dangerous they are. But just that Chelsea has a lot of quality as compared to this Fluminense team. And then I think aging was also a factor in this Fluminense team, right? I think let's start by going through the Chelsea lineup that started against Fluminense. With the Chelsea side, they started with Sanchez as usual in goal, Cucurella at left back normally, Aderabayo, and then Chaluba in the central midfield, central defense, and then Gusto started on the right back at the right back position. So normally we see Caicedo in the pivot position, that's the number 6 position. Enzo Fernandez paired with Palmer at the two in front of Caicedo, and then the three top was Neto, Joao Pedro, and then Nkunku. So that was a 4-3-3 formation, or in other words, a 4-1-2-3 formation. Yes. So in this formation, right, I was so surprised with one or two things in this Chelsea starting lineup. I think no one expected Joao Pedro to be starting because yes, he came in the previous game. He did very well with his cameo, but then someone will be like, oh, he just came, so at least he needs to be on the bench to look at one or two things before becoming a starter. But then Enzo Maresca, he took, how should I say it? He took the chance of putting him on to start this game, and it paid off massively. This guy, I don't know. In my previous video, I said he showed good signs, but then I didn't want to run into conclusions because it's early days yet. But then look at what he did. 2 wonderful goals. Proper strikers goals. That's what we mean by a proper number 9. Right? Because I've been hitting on this. Jackson and Delap cannot lead this Chelsea lineup, Chelsea team up front throughout the whole season. Considering the Premier League, we had the Carabao Cup, we have the FA Cup, and then the Champions League itself. So it's going to be a very long season. So they needed that firepower, that extra man to help complete this Chelsea setup. And I think Joao Pedro is that man. So when he came in, he did what he had to do. And we that were surprised that he started, we are not surprised anymore because he did the job massively. And then the inclusion of Nkunku, I think let's say since this Club World Cup started, Maresca has really been giving Nkunku a chance. A player who everyone knows that will be leaving. It's perceived that he's going to leave. But then it seems in this Club World Cup, Maresca has been giving him chances to play. He has been starting some games. So is that a U-turn for Nkunku? That's a big question. You never know. In football, there may be rumors that people are approaching for a signature and stuff like that. But then he's still here and starting games. So let's see what happens before the start of next season. Yes, so I think the next one will be Gusto. Gusto started ahead of Rich James. We know Gusto has ups and downs when it comes to since his Chelsea career started. He has ups and downs and stuff like that. But then we know Rich James, even regardless of injuries, anytime he comes on, he delivers. So I was surprised he started ahead of James. But then it really paid off because later on he came off and then Rich James came on. So I think with this Chelsea team, I think Maresca is really doing a good job. He's really doing a good job because last season was his first season. At least he had Champions League football for them. And the Club World Cup, he's in the final. You get it? So I think, personally, I think he's doing a good job because I didn't second the chance, I didn't second the idea of he taking on Chelsea when he was signed to come to Chelsea because I thought he was with a lower tier club, Leicester City, before he came on to Chelsea. So I thought it's going to be taking a chance with this kind of person is going to be a problem. But then I think I should give him his flowers. He's really doing a good job. Yes. So let's go to the Fluminense starting lineup. They also had Fabio in goal in a 3-4-3 formation. They had Fabio in goal, Ignacio, Thiago Silva, and then Thiago Santos. And in the midfield, they had Guga, Hercules, Bernal, and then Rene. And then up top was Nonato. Yes. So in this game, you could see how Chelsea dominated this game, especially in the first half. Chelsea did everything right. Yes, they did everything right. That's what I'm saying. And Maresca is really doing a good job. Creating chances, scoring goals isn't an easy thing. Because before you do this, you should at least be a very good carrier of the ball. Your team should be a machine when it comes to carrying the ball. And I think throughout this competition, Chelsea have done that perfectly well. Going forward, massive. In defense, very solid. People will say, okay, they haven't met any solid team since the Club World Cup started. But then they met Benfica and they did the job. Right. So I think PSG in the final is going to be a very big test for Maresca and his boys. So kudos, they did a job against Fluminense. Joao Pedro getting 2 goals for Chelsea. And I think Chelsea have a very good, solid baller in their hands. Yes. So let's go to the PSG and then Madrid game. Yes. In this game, right? Let's start with the lineups. Madrid started with the 4-3-3 formation, diamond in the middle. And I think I had a problem with this Madrid setup in terms of personnel, right? Let's just delve into the players who started this game. At the back, they had Garcia at left back, Rudiger and then Asensio in the central defense, and then Valverde on the right side of defense. That's the right back position. They had Tchouameni as the number 6, the holding midfielder, and then Bellingham and then Arda Güler in front of him, Vini, Garcia, and then Mbappe up front. So with this formation, this is where I have a problem with Alonso. Because I don't know why you should start a player like Valverde at right back coming up against this PSG side. Let me explain. As I said in my previous video, PSG don't just have a personnel in midfield, they have machines. They have machines in the middle of the park. And then you have Valverde. who has legs to play in that midfield position. So at this point in time, in a game like this, you needed players like Valverde to neutralize the likes of Neves, Vitinha, and then what's his name? Fabian Ruiz. You needed that. You had Carvajal on the bench. You had Militao also on the bench. So even if Trent isn't available, I don't think playing Valverde at right back in this instance was the best option, because you needed Valverde's energy in the midfield against this PSG solid midfield. This PSG midfield have proper ball retention. Not just proper ball retention, they are very intelligent up there. They are good with the ball, on their feet. They have brain, technical ability. They are just a full package. So coming up against this kind of midfield, I don't think Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and Goulet was the best option. No. Because this current PSG midfield is the best in the world. Coming up against them is not an easy task. And that's what happened. We saw it. So easy for PSG, especially through the middle. You get it? So I think Valverde should have started in the middle, at least for Militao. Okay, let's say Carvajal was injured for a very long time. But then Militao, just take a chance, play Militao at right back, and then get that energy you needed in midfield against this PSG side. Yes, so I think that was the main issue that I saw in the not the main though. One of the issues I saw in the Real Madrid defense. The second one was Madrid's two center backs, Rudiger and then Asensio. Right? Because I feel these two center backs are not so comfortable on the ball. The absence of Dean Huijsen really caused them. Just look at the two goals Rudiger and then Asensio gave away. So cheap, basic. So cheap and basic. Rudiger, you've controlled the ball into space. What's left for you? Give the ball to the goalkeeper. That one too has turned to a problem. I've said this before. Rudiger is not very good with his feet. He is very good when it comes to, let's say, long balls. But then those short passes, intelligence, Rudiger is not up there when it comes to that kind of quality. He's very aggressive. That's fine. He can kick long passes. That's fine. But then building up from the back, that's how Alonso likes to play. Build up from the back, transition, and then hit your opponent. But then the absence of Dean Huijsen really exposed this Madrid defense. And I think if this is how things are going to be, then the transfer window is still open. So Madrid can go into the market, get another ball-playing centre-back, just in case there's a need. Yes. So now let's go to this PSG team. They also started with a 4-3-3 formation, the diamond in the middle. Solid team. And I would like to clap for Luis Enrique. What a job that man is doing. Within 2 years, look at the machine he has created in this PSG side. Proper footballing machine. A mixture of brain, hard work, talent, all combined in this team. You can't tell me otherwise. Now, let's go into it. Looking at this, the middle of the PSG team, right? As I said, just the middle. Not to even talk about the other sides. Just the middle. The three people. There's intelligence, there's energy, commitment, technical ability. And I've always been saying this in my previous videos, that Madrid, when Madrid comes up against a team that has proper ball retention, a team that doesn't lose the ball easily, Madrid struggles. You can prove me wrong. If you know there's any team that has proper ball retention that Madrid hasn't struggled against. If they come up against a team that hardly loses the ball, it's a problem for them. And this PSG team hardly loses the ball. They don't give away silly balls. Proper ball retentive team. Yes, that's PSG. That's why I'm applauding Luis Enrique. What a job that man is doing. Dominating Europe, then still dominating the world. Yes, so let's move forward. So I think this midfield, this PSG team, right? Since the start of this Club World Cup, they have conceded just one goal. Just one. That was when they lost against Botafogo. Isn't this incredible? Because personally, I think everyone knows this. PSG likes to concede goals. So how come in the Club World Cup, everything has changed all of a sudden? PSG, even in their French league, with teams that are even weaker, they concede goals. But then in the whole of this Club World Cup, only one goal conceded. So what's the secret then? Because it's very surprising that you play in the League One, concede a lot of goals, but then in the world stage, they are showing us a different PSG side. So I think that's so impressive from PSG. And then there's this shout for this guy in the middle of the PSG midfield, Fabian Ruiz. That guy is so underrated. People talk about Neves and Vitinha, but they don't give that guy that credit. That guy is so good, so intelligent. His movements, early runs in the box. Just look at all late runs in the box. Just look at all the goals he has been scoring. Late runs, everyone's mind won't be on the ball, and then he arrives. He hits the ball. If you don't have the intelligence, you can't be doing this. So that guy is so underrated. I won't lie to you. He's so underrated. So he combined with Neves and the Vitinha gives a PSG a proper control of the game. They have proper control of the game. So let's move forward. I think Dembele, as I said earlier, that guy has firmed his grip on the Ballon d'Or contest. Personally, that's what I think. Because he scored again against, what's the name? Against Real Madrid. Made another assist. So that says it all. I think even if he doesn't win this Club World Cup, the guy has a proper shout to win this Ballon d'Or. Yes. So let's go forward. I think with this Madrid setup, the setup that started this Madrid game, I think Garcia shouldn't have started. That's what I think. Because this is a big game. Because it's very hard to press these PSG defenders. But then the boy did his best. He really did his best. He's young, inexperienced, but then looking at that three Real Madrid front attackers, he was the only one doing the job. Vinicius won't press. Mbappe won't press. You get it? It's the opposite with the PSG wingers. Commitment, hard work. They track back like they are playing for their lives. Kvaratskhelia tracks back. Doué tracks back. They make sure they do their job. When it comes to the attacking point two, they go forward very well and create chances and score. That's how a team is created. That's how a team is created. They are doing a very good job. It's a collective effort. It's not a one-man thing. Yesterday's game against Madrid was very evident. Because they were pressing. The attackers, they were pressing. When it comes to defending, they defend very well. Who doesn't want this? Who doesn't want this? So yes, that's how the game went. Madrid losing to PSG by 4-0. I think it doesn't speak good currently. But then I think Madrid need time. They need time, yes, because Alonso has just come in. Some new players as well. They have to get used to his style of play. And what's his name? Alonso also has to get used to these players, get them to gel, get them to play the way he wants. So I think this is just the Club World Cup, right? The main season hasn't started yet, so there's still time for them to create the kind of team that they want. We know Madrid is Madrid. They just need 1 or 2 tweaks, and then that's all, because they have the quality. I heard one of my bosses say, if Madrid want to succeed, they should let either Vinicius or Mbappe go. My Madrid fans, what do you think about this? Do you also think the same? You can put that in my comment section for us to discuss. So yes, this is how the semi-finals of the Club World Cup went. Yes. So currently in the final, it's Chelsea versus PSG. Yes, Chelsea versus PSG. And in this game, I won't talk plenty. But what I'll tell my young friends is that if you have Maresca's number, call him and tell him that in that match, he should play 5 midfielders. 5. He shouldn't go and do mini. Ombo 3-5-2. Finish. At least to contain this PSG team. Because Chelsea also has the quality. Right? But then the problem is in the middle of the pack. Caicedo alone can't do that job against those 3 midfielders. It's not rocket science. You get me? So tell Maresca he should play 5 midfielders. 3 solid in the middle, 2 on the wings, helping us wing backs. I think that's the best option in this game. That's what I think, though. Yes, because looking at what PSG is doing right now, the only way to neutralize them is to have numbers in the middle of the pack. That's the only way Chelsea can have a chance in that final. Yes, so that's how the semi-final of the Club World Cup went. Those are the results, the things that happened. And I think we'll come back here and give you the pre-match analysis of the final game between Chelsea and then PSG. Yes, so thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Please keep subscribing to my channel and then help me grow. Thank you once again. Ciao.